Welcome in, soul family. So, I felt compelled to create this video and convey this message to you guys because I know on my platform I speak a lot about breaking generational curses, love and light, positivity, forgiveness, hope, peace, happiness, tranquility, all of the above, including breaking free from fear, as well as no longer needing validation from individuals outside of yourself. I speak on all of those things, and the number one that is truly important to me is breaking free from fear, no longer living in fear, no longer having doubt within yourself regarding the individual that you are. And with being an individual who prides himself in speaking the truth, having integrity, character, morals, and values, I feel as if it's truly time that I divulge the reasons as to why I decided to go down this path, beginning the journey of going within to heal myself, as well as attempting to help others to heal themselves through giving bits and pieces of my story as well as my life to bring about a perspective change regarding bringing things to individuals' awareness so that they could potentially make the decision to create changes within their own lives for the betterment of not just themselves, but for the individuals that surround them. And so, with that being said, I think it's honestly, truthfully, time that I break free from the fear of being honest with you guys and speaking my truth, bearing my heart and my soul pertaining to the reasons as to why I do this, yet alone why I feel compelled to do it. See, I've been holding on to something for so long because, in all honesty, I was in complete disbelief whenever I found out, whenever it finally came to the light. And for so long, even though I couldn't believe it, I was in a constant battle with myself regarding if I should address it, if I should say something, how do I go about saying it, as well as why. I just didn't understand why and or how an individual could do something of this magnitude to me when all I've done was be good to them and have good intentions behind everything it is that I've ever done for them regarding their life. And once the secret was brought to my awareness, even though I was in disbelief, in all honesty, all I could truly do is fight myself, because it brought about a level of shame to myself. It hurt my pride and my ego. It completely dismantled the confidence that I had within myself as a male, if you want me to be 100% honest with you. It's made me retract in regards to making myself unavailable in regards to dating. It has made me begin to rethink life, love, dating, loyalty, all of the above, to the point to where it felt pointless to even put myself out there in attempts to give myself to anyone, because I gave all of me, all of the good parts and pieces of me, all that I had, to an individual who truly was not worth it, yet alone deserving of what it was that I had to offer. And in that sense, it was like, I can no longer allow nobody from this moment on that comes into my life to attempt to try and take from me, yet alone use me, abuse me, bully me, or treat me any old type of way, especially when all I have is good intentions regarding the love that I have, my motives, and all of the above. And so, for so long, I've sat back and I've attempted to give this individual the time to step up to the plate and make things right, to try and own up to the things in which they know that they have done, but yet they tend to hide, running from the truth, attempting to not be seen, thinking that if they hide behind the phone whenever contact is made, or as if they avoid eye contact, yet alone not even look me in my face, that the issue will not catch up to them and that we won't have to speak on this issue. I've given this individual so much time to just be honest with me, to come to me like an adult and tell me the truth, to own up to what it was that they have done, as well as to take responsibility regarding this matter, but yet they fail to step up to the plate and do so. Therefore, it has resulted in me taking action in numerous ways. Legal action, for one, being taking the mother of my child back to court in the attempts to try and get full custody of the child that we share, because I cannot allow her to raise my daughter to grow up and inherit the characteristics and traits that she possesses as a mother and a human being in general. I cannot allow you to mold my child into being a liar, a manipulator, a deceiver, an opportunist, a user, an abuser, a fraud. I just can't allow that. And I say that because throughout our entire relationship, it was all based upon a lie. Coming into it, it's nobody's fault but my own, because I should have listened to my intuition, in all honesty. So I take accountability and responsibility for, going against my better judgment. But throughout the entire thing, it was all based upon a lie. And I wish I would have left when I had that opportunity to leave, whenever we had decided to go separate ways, and I had got my apartment, and I was 5 days away from actually moving in. All I needed was the keys. I already signed the lease, paid the first month's rent, as well as the deposit on the place. But within that week, 5 days away from me getting the keys to my place, you came to me and told me that you were pregnant. And being the man that I am, I knew that I had a decision to make. And that was either to go ahead and move out and attempt to try this co-parenting thing, from a distance, and we go about it that way, or I back out of my lease, stay with you, and attempt to work things out for the betterment of the kid that we was about to bring into this world, because she deserves the world. She deserves a 2-parent household. She deserves love, affection, nurturing, care, protection from both parents. She deserves that relationship and that bond with both parents. So that's the route that I chose, to be a man of integrity, honor, respect, of love and light, a child of God. I backed out of my lease. I surrendered all of the money I put into it before even moving in. First month's rent and deposit. And they were more than willing to let me out the lease as long as I was willing to surrender that to them. And that I did. And from there, I began to put forth more effort into the family that I was in the process of attempting to build with this woman that was pregnant by me at that time. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect. I never have been, and probably never will be. But I still tried. I showed up every single day, putting forth my all in regards to our relationship, her son, as well as the child that we brought into this world. I sacrificed my happiness in regards to trying to provide for all three of them collectively. I lost so much, from a job that paid really good money all the way to losing my financial stability all the way in the end. I took a risk by trying to go to school to better myself for the sake of them and the stability of our family, so that I can provide for them. Even though I did not want to go back to school, I did not want to be away from my child after spending a year and a half at home with her due to COVID. That bond and that relationship that I established with her, from being at home with her every single day to help alleviate us from childcare, teaching her how to eat, how to crawl, how to walk, how to talk, everything. I cherish those moments unlike no other. And I made sure that with me valuing every single second, every single moment that I had with my child, I had to document it via pictures and videos, everything, because I knew that at some point in time, what it was that we had, this fairy tale world that I was living in, I knew deep within my soul that soon it was getting ready to come to an end. And as sure as I felt it within my bones, in due time, that thought, it came into fruition. See, not long after my daughter was born, within a year and a half of her being on earth in my life, the mother of my child decided that she didn't want to be with me and was no longer happy with the relationship that we were in, which is fine. I have no problems with that. But what I do have a problem with is how you chose to go about doing it. The things that you were doing behind the scenes to bring about the ending that you wanted, versus being an adult and being real and owning up to your true intentions regarding what it is that you desired as a grown woman. Because see, throughout our entire relationship, you constantly made it known that you was homesick. You wanted to go back home and be around family because you missed them. You made that known one time too many. Oh, I'm missing the cookouts, the family reunions, and, the partying and all of the above. You made that known to the point to where it was ingrained within my skull. Hence the reason every single chance we had the opportunity to go on vacation and go somewhere, the first place we went to was to your parents' house. We could never go anywhere else but to your parents' house because you was that homesick. Okay. So, with understanding that, whenever it came to the end of our relationship, I already knew how things were going to transpire. First thing you was going to do was come back to the house, pack up, and try and take off. Therefore, I put forth the motion into the custody battle. How you went about manipulating that situation to work in your favor is beyond me, in all honesty. Though I know more than individuals think I do, I just won't say. But throughout all of this transpiring, before it even transpired, I told you, all I want to do is be in my child's life. You know how I feel about that little girl. You know she's my world. She is my everything. Please do not take my child away from me. Please do not keep her away from me. Please do not attempt to erase the existence of me within her life. And you made that promise saying that you would never do that. But since us going separate ways, you have done the exact opposite via your actions, as well as your words, along with the treatment in which you have been displaying regarding my relationship with my child, as well as my role as being a father to my child. You expect me to pay you money in regards to supporting my child, but yet I'm not allowed to have access to my child unless you deem it necessary or whenever you decide that it's okay. There's no such thing as co-parenting. I don't know nothing my daughter has going on. I don't get to talk to my daughter. Anytime I get to talk to her, it's whenever you guys are in the car and she is in the back seat. Maybe 3 times or a handful of times, up to 5 at least, that I've ever spoken to my child while she is at your house. Other than that, it's always in the process of being in the vehicle. On top of that, anytime that I do want to talk to my child, you tell me that, oh, she has a schedule, but yet you never attempt to share this schedule with me. Or that if I want to talk to her, I have to talk to her through other individuals versus the individual that I had this child with. Okay, that's cool. Have no issues with that. But even still, you couldn't follow simple directions. Hey, look, I just want to be a part of my child's life. Is it okay if I could get pictures every now and then? Have her call me at least once a week, for about 30 minutes. That's it. I can't even get none of that. But yet I'm supposed to pay you to take care of a child that I'm not allowed to be present within her life. I get no type of say-so, no type of influence, nothing in regards to the child that I went half on creating. Okay, cool. No issues. I decided I would fall back. I would let it go and leave it be, because it was honestly draining me entirely too much to constantly keep on fighting the losing battle, to constantly keep on talking to a brick wall, constantly attempting to beat a dead horse back to life. So I let it go. But upon letting it go, I surely let you know that you know how I feel about that little girl. She is my heart, she is my soul, and she is my world. And if anything outside of natural causes happened to that little girl while she is on your watch, that something was going to transpire pertaining you and anybody that has anything to do with it. I made that very clear. Very clear. And I have no shame about that in no way, shape, or form, because it was not a threat. It was a promise, in all honesty. Take it how you want to. I have no shame about that. I have every right to feel that way. And since me making that statement, letting it be known, it's been quite peaceful on my end in regards to attempting to rebuild my life and restructure things. But my heart and soul still wouldn't let it go. It just didn't sit right with me, being an individual who deals with just paying child support on a kid and not being allowed the opportunity to be in your kid's life. It didn't sit right with me at all. Because within this path that I've been on, I've come in contact with so many males that have experienced the same thing from generation to generation, not just my age bracket. Individuals 10 years older than me, 20 years older than me, 30 years older than me. And it's like I've noticed the pattern of how things have constantly been recycling over and over and over, and coming to this realization, seeing all of these guys constantly struggle, dealing with the pain of not being able to be in their kids' lives, solely being used for financial gain while the kids are being used as pawns. The kids are being used as pawns throughout this entire ordeal, suffering, inheriting wounds that weren't inflicted for them in the first place, regarding the battle between mothers and fathers. Thus, the kids seeing the lack of communication, the lack of love, all of the problems. Therefore, later on in life, these will be the same ways in which they go about handling their situation once they come about it. And the guys on the other end, they receive the short end of the stick, constantly being used for financial gain, constantly struggling working themselves to the bones in the attempts to survive, just to pay for supporting two households, which isn't right. In no way, shape, or form is it right. And so, with experiencing as well as witnessing all of this, my heart and my soul came to the conclusion that we can't stand for this. Not no more. At all. Period. Somebody has to do something about it in some way, shape, or form. Because if we continue to let this happen, guess what? Our sons is going to turn around and experience this whenever they become of age. They sons and their sons after that. And that's not right. Women take pride in claiming to be independent. They wanted to be treated as equals for so long, but yet they're allowed to get the same jobs as us. They're allowed to make the same pay as us. They're allowed to vote just as us. They're allowed to do just about any and everything as us males. But yet, when it comes to this situation regarding custody for children and child support, the scales are unbalanced. Males don't really have any say-so, yet alone favor in regards to children when it comes to the best intentions in terms of legal matters and legal proceedings. I can't allow that. I will not allow that. Not for me, yet alone anyone else out there that has experienced this, yet alone that is experiencing it. Because it's not right, it's not fair, nor is it just. All I originally wanted was fair treatment. Fairness all the way across the board in regards to my child. And that I have not received in no way, shape, or form. At all. So I decided to correspond with God on ways in which to go about solving this problem. And he told me to go ahead and take her back to court. Therefore, I've expended all of my funds to hiring a lawyer again and taking this back to trial while producing evidence that contradicts everything that was stated within the first trial. I also began to do some working behind the scenes in order for me to bring about a change for the benefit of everyone else out there that have been experiencing these such scenarios. Because it has to end somewhere. Somebody has to stop it. Somebody has to do something about it. And one of the ways in which that I have began to attempt to try and bring about a change was I created a petition on change.org to bring about equality for males when it comes to child custody cases. I created my platform in the attempts to try and bring things into individuals' awareness regarding the ways in which these experiences that we experience throughout life, how they impact individuals and how they alter their lives in profound ways. On top of that, I've shared multiple portions of my story, per se, shedding light on my life and my experiences throughout life and the things that have contributed to leading up to this moment right here being why I'm choosing to do what I'm doing. I've shared a lot, but there was only one thing that I did not share regarding me and my life. And it is the number one reason as to why I cannot allow the mother of my child to raise my daughter, yet alone have custody of my daughter, yet alone think that she is going to get away with what she has done to me and not have to answer for it. And that is, you took my heart from me, being my daughter, when all I've ever done was be good to you. You took her from me, but you left something in exchange. And what you left is unforgivable in my eyes. There's no coming back from this. There's no fixing it. I have made my decision. I do not want you. All I want is my child. But see, I know the entire time that we was together, you was out there cheating, sleeping around, spreading your legs for everybody else. And how I know is because the fact of the matter is I know what I was doing whenever I was with you. I was faithful. I was faithful. I slipped up once, but I was protected. But with that being said, what you left, I know you got a STI because you left it with me whenever you left. And now I have to live with that for the rest of my life. You left me herpes whenever you decided to be out there spreading your legs for everybody out there in the streets. And whenever I originally found out about it, it scared me to death to come and tell you that, hey, something's wrong with me. I need to go to the doctor. It scared me to death to come and tell you because I knew that I was not cheating. I knew that I was faithful. I knew that I hadn't been doing nothing. And your cool, calm, collected response, I didn't really pay attention to it at that time. I didn't really pay attention to it at that time. You set up the doctor's appointment, you know what I'm saying, with your doctor and all of the above. You told me what you thought it was and all of the above. And I went to the doctor, and he gave me some medicine, and I was cool after that. But it didn't really dawn on me until sometime later on down the line what it really was, yet alone what was really going on. The entire time you was out there in the streets spreading your legs for other individuals, and you gave me herpes, and you can't even be woman enough about it to admit it, to face me, to look me in my eyes and tell me the truth regarding what it was that you was out there doing within these streets, yet alone to say I'm sorry. Therefore, since you feel as if you don't have to own up to it, since you felt that it was okay for you to take my child from me and give me herpes and think that you are going to dip out and keep my kid away from me, thinking that I'm going to pay you to raise her to be like you, you got the game messed up. I'm coming for my child. You brought this upon yourself whenever you decided to go on the internet and let it be known that you didn't want more, you wanted different. You brought it to the public's eyes. You gave all these other individuals access to our situation versus handling it like an adult in private. You put this out there on the internet. You brought everybody else into this first and foremost. You did. So I'm returning the favor in kind. And I'm letting it be known. The same way in which you decided to go about it. And that's all the more reason as to why the lawyer that I originally had, with the evidence that I produced to her pertaining to this situation, it's all the more reason as to why she didn't fight for me. Why she let you do what you did whenever you went to court. And then she packed up her entire practice and dipped out, never to be seen or heard from again. Period. She'll be dealt with soon. But you, the things you've done regarding me, my life, and my health truly are unforgivable, in all honesty. But even still, I have to find it in my heart to forgive you in order for me to let it go. So know that I'm not mad in no way, shape, or form. It is what it is. I understand that this right here, this situation, it was happening for me versus to me. Whereas at one point in time, I didn't think life was worth living. I couldn't find a way to continue on with living. I was so ashamed. I was so mad and angry at myself, at you. You hurt my confidence when it came to this right here, because all I could think of is, how can I turn around and attempt to go and talk to a female and date a female and have intercourse or be intimate with a female, knowing that this is what I have going on inside of me. You know how embarrassing and shameful that felt, to have to be honest with someone and say, hey, yo, I like you. Yeah, I want to see, you know what I'm saying, what we could potentially do, but I got herpes from my previous relationship. You know how embarrassing that is? How shameful that is? How that can make a person feel? How it could dismantle an individual's confidence? But yet you out there living your life, doing you, sleeping with who knows who, doing who knows what. Probably ain't even divulging this information to these other individuals that you out there doing whatever you doing with. So since you couldn't be woman enough to speak to me about it and let me know exactly what it is, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it for you and let it be known. So hopefully those individuals see this video and know that, yes, you do have herpes because you left it with me. And I've been waiting for you to be woman enough to even attempt to try and rectify this situation, to be fair, to be just. But yet, it seems as if that time will never come. Therefore, this is the way that I choose to go about doing it. The same way in which you attempted to try and embarrass me, to tarnish my name, to throw dirt on my name, as well as my character, all of that, I let it slide for 1 year too long. But now, I'm taking my power back, and I'm breaking free from that fear, not giving a damn how individuals look at me, if they judge me, if they feel some type of way. I don't care. You did this. You brought this upon yourself. So know that when we go to court, I have a lot to say. And I will surely put it all out there regarding you your character, and the individual that you is, which is all the more reason as to why I feel the need to come for you and take my child away from you, because you are not deserving of being a mother. You are not mentally stable in no way, shape, or form. And this is why I feel the need to attempt to step up to the plate and help bring about some type of change regarding situations and scenarios like this, because these women truly need to be held accountable for their actions. It's not fair for a woman to lay down and make a male a father only for them to turn around and use those kids as pawns solely for financial gain. It's not right in no way, shape, or form. And I will not continue to let it happen. Not for me, yet alone anyone else. Period. So not only am I fighting this battle for me and my child, I'm putting forth the efforts to try and fight for all those other men who have experienced these same scenarios, these same situations, endured these same such pains regarding spiteful, bitter, petty, manipulating women who feel as if it's okay for them to turn around and make you a father and not let you live up to that role, but expect for you to provide in a financial manner while you struggle and suffer. No, 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 no. Not at all. Period, point blank. This is where the change comes in. This is why I have been doing what I have been doing. This is my sole purpose. On a core level, deep within my heart, this is why I'm doing this. So that I can bring about a change. Not only for us men, but for these children, because they are deserving of their fathers. Everything that we have to provide for them, not just financial gain. They deserve everything that we have to offer them. Love, everything. So, with that being said, to any of you males out there that agree with me, I ask of you to please sign my petition that I have created to attempt to try and bring about this change. Please sign my petition. It's on change.org. I will attach it to this video so you can find it, to be able to go on there and read it and sign it if you are in agreement with it. Please. And any females that feel inclined to go on there, read it, check it out, and if you agree with it, please sign. Because in all honesty, it's only for the betterment of the children. It's not going to hurt you to turn around and agree with what you know is right and fair. Especially when it comes to the well-being and development of your child, if they are experiencing the after effects or the aftermath of a situation of this caliber. So, like I said, if you agree with it, please, by all means necessary, please sign it. Please. Because I'm trying to bring about this change. I'm trying to get my nonprofit organization up and running and off the ground so that I can have a legitimate structure to back up this cause that I am attempting to bring about. With that being said, any type of donations that anyone would like to potentially donate towards this cause, it would be highly appreciated, in all honesty, because Any type of donations or funding that I do receive pertaining to this will solely go towards this cause. Therefore, anything and everything will be highly appreciated in advance. Thank you. But it's time for a change. I can no longer sit back and remain idle and constantly see all of you guys that are out there hurting, struggling, living in fear of speaking up and saying what's on your mind, yet alone your heart, letting your heart be heard, seen, and felt. There's too many of us out there that are experiencing this, but yet we continue to let it transpire. But no, this is where we put an end to it. And I want to be that individual that helps to try and bring an end to this, to be the solution to the problem. Not only just for me, but for you as well. So please, do not hesitate to reach out. You can email me at pourmore888@gmail.com. That is POURMOOR888@gmail.com. And you could also cash at me at POURMOOR888. That's at Gmail for any type of donations that you would potentially like to send in funding or aiding in this cause. It would be highly appreciated. It surely would. And I mean what I say when I say that this is going to happen one way or another. No matter how long it takes, no matter if I have to do this alone, all by myself, I am more than willing to put forth the time, effort, and energy into bringing this change into fruition for the benefit of everyone. So please, if you support it, like, share, comment, subscribe, donate if you feel the need to. But definitely check out my petition that I have generated. Any type of feedback, any type of constructive criticism, it will surely be welcome, it will surely be viewed, and it will be valued. No matter if it's positive, negative, suggestions, solutions, anything, it will all be appreciated. But again, this is happening one way or another, no matter how long it takes. But if you support it, I ask that you please let that be known, if you do not mind. I highly appreciate it. I am the one and only Torn Moore, and I am divinely one of a kind. And you have tuned in to the true intentions behind the reason for my platform, P.O.U.R. LLC. And I hope to see you soon as we attempt to provide, offer, uplift, and rebuild this beautiful world that we all collectively live in together. Love and light to all of you. Stay blessed.